You got to understand, this guy's very smart. The smartest person I've ever met in my life. He wants me to take that word and figure it out. So I sat on the phone after he said it and in silence. And while I sat there in silence, he didn't say a word. He was still on the call. It was only after about 20, 30 seconds that he said, I got to go, and hung up. Boom. July. Listen. Boom. Now, obviously, when you hear boom, you think, explosion, bomb, right? I don't necessarily think that, although it could be. But I just don't know how an explosion or some sort of event like that would lead to the conclusion of this shitty movie. I don't think there's anything out there that, what else are we missing? Because to me, the word boom signifies a major event. And that is kind of the tone of the conversation that I explained that I had. It was unprecedented, unthinkable was the word that was used. Unthinkable. Boom. What the hell is unthinkable? Well, it's exactly that. You can't think of it. So just the word alone tells you July. Why July? Because, come the end of July, you only have roughly 90 days before November. And I think you're going to need that time frame to get shit in order, because here's the reality of it. I think you're looking at a total restructuring of government. And I'm talking about, like, forget about X amount of senators in Congress, forget about X amount of legislatures in the House, forget about all that stuff. Like, those numbers, the amount of senators that you have right now versus representatives at the state level that you have right now, that's all going to be different. Total restructure. That same thought process, or that same restructuring is going to happen in local governments as well, and also in the government agencies, CIA, FBI. I don't think there will be a CIA and an FBI anymore. I think there's going to be one group, and it's going to be called something different. I'm talking a major restructuring. And that stuff is going to take a little bit of time to do before everything else rolls out. What's the everything else? Well, there's the crash of the dollar and the implementation of the quantum financial system via NESARA and the gold and silver backed currencies. There's many other things that have to happen after our government gets maneuvered back into strength so that it makes sense and that corruption is weeded out, corrected, and never allowed to come back in again.